credit were taken from the majority of the population. Next up is a segmented analysis, and there is defaulting percentage. If we talk about a defaulting percentage, it is like quite steady, but as the amount of credit is increasing, the defaulting rate is also increased. Then this is age analysis. In age, we can find that a majority of our applicant belongs to the 30, 40 and 40, 50 group. But if we talk about defaulting percentage, you can clearly see that the young adults or young age people like 20, 30, 30, 40, these age groups are more defaulting in the installment repayment in comparison to other age groups. As employed, we can see that majority of applicants are from young young age only, so their experience in employment is also very low, and the defaulting rate is also very high in people who have less experience in employment. Next up is contact type. Contact type, you can see that cash loans are majority in it, like more applicants are applying for cash loans in comparison to revolving loans. And if we talk about the defaulting percentage, obviously cash loans will be high because they are more in numbers, and I think banks should give priority to revolving loans because it's like very few in majority also, and the defaulting is very low, so it can focus on it. Next is our education level, which clearly says that the more the education level, the less will be the chance for defaulting. Indicates. Now talk about count of children. You can see that most of our applicants have only 0 to 1 children. But if we talk about the defaulting rate here, we can clearly see that people with more children are defaulting more. And that might be because of more expenses they have to incur. Reason rating client, it depicts that majority of our client from reason 2, rating 2. And if we see the defaulting percentage, the majority defaulting is 3, but 2 is somewhere average. Okay, so I think 2 is a best population for the bank to try with. It will be a good bet. If we see it a gender point of view, so it can say that females are less in defaulting, have less chances of defaulting in loan repayment in comparison to male, and also our applicant is high from female group. If we talk about housing type, so people with rented apartment or will live with parents have high ratio of defaulting. That might be because in rented apartment they have to pay a huge amount of fees or rent, and with parents we can say that maybe they are not earning well enough, that's why they are staying with their parents. The relation could be established. Then if we talk about bivariant analysis, so in bivariant analysis we took two variables at a time and we set up a relationship between those two variables. So in this particular example, we have taken average credit and income as two variables and have set the relationship between them. And it depicts that, this graph depicts that the more the income level, the more will be the credit average credit, which is quite good also because as the income level is increasing, the bank is only give you credit as per your income. Okay, so this is quite reasonable, the chart. This is the status of applicants. It shows that majority of the applicant who applied for the loan have approved. Which is good. Then our last task was to establish a correlation for application. This is about the application with payment made on time. Applicants who make the payment on time, that's target 0. We have established correlation with them with the help of uh, Corel Corel function. Actually, I just get back to the Excel file and see it. So, firstly, I like separated the data with the filter option and copy paste the target 0, which have target value of 0. I copy paste all of the data of it, and then in the second file I calculate the correlation by using Corel here. From there I establish it, and from the data set we can see that the highest correlation was, we can say, of amount good price and amount of credit, which is quite obvious. As the goods price is higher, the amount of credit we are going to take is also high. Then other was count of family member and count of children. It is also very obvious that if the count of children is high, the number of family members is also going to shoot up. Next up was between the day's birth day's birth yeah birthdays and the days of employment. Establish that as your age is increasing, your employment experience, you can say, is also increasing. This established a strong relation. Next was count of children and count of families, same. Okay. And if we talk about target 1, we can say that the most correlation was highest correlation between the count of family member, count of children again, and the next up was amount annuity and amount of good price, again the same way. Any other? Count of children, count of family, same. So here I cannot find any useful information though. Okay, now that it's all done, get back to our slides. Okay, now it's time for insights. What all insights we gather from all of this analysis? Okay, so with study we were able to collect few issues that help us to determine whether or not the client would default or not. Okay, first is the likelihood of defaulting decreases with the age and experience. Obviously, as we can clearly see from the graph, that as the ages or experience in employment increases, their defaulting percentage also went down. Second was in comparison to client with lower level of education such as lower secondary schooling, educated clients tend to default less frequently. That also we have seen. Male female comparison, we have seen that female are less inclined to default in the payment. People from region rating 3 have largest percentage, right? I have observed that when a client's age rises, the amount they take is noticeably larger. We see it in the credit amount, that as the age is rising, the amount is also increasing, and since the default rate for the customers with high age is lower, they may end up being the least dangerous and most profitable client. It's good that as you can see that with the age the defaulting rate was decreasing, so it is very good opportunity, a very good client base for the bank if they can cater it, because with the age the defaulting rate is also decreasing and the demand of credit is also increasing, which is a good sign. Additionally, it was shown that clients with more than two children default more frequently than other clients. We have explained that also. So from all of this analysis, we can conclude that for bank the best kind of clients would be some female clients which have a higher education, have higher experience, and have like 1 to 2 count of children. So the priority of the bank should be to provide a revolving loan to these kind of clients. This will decrease their defaulting rates. So now come the part what we learned from the project. As if you talk about me, I have gathered a lot of information from this project. I've utilized the Excel to its most extent, uh, and also get to know how to deal a large data set, how to deal with it, how to put functions to it, because it was really huge data, and I face various problem dealing with Excel, because for Excel this much big data set was not easy to deal with. It often got blackout. I have to choose alternatives. I have to choose alternative graph also, because some graphs were creating some problems. So I learned a lot. Apart from this, I also learned one add-ons, data analysis, which I was not aware about, but I get to know it as I go through all of this project. So I think that would be all it. And thank you for your attention and time, spending time. Thank you. I'll ending the video.